Blog Talk Radio.
Basically.
What the hell is that?
I'm sorry. Well.
Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show.
Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show.
Welcome into another edition of the Will and Thunder Show. And yes, this is Kevin Thunder. I am back now. And around here somewhere I have William Telltale and Chris, the Lady in Black. But first of all, I want to let you guys know, yes, I'm back, and yes, I disappeared for a minute. And don't be scared. No, I was not abducted by aliens. No, I was not buried somewhere. I was not shot, not killed. No, it was actually a political ploy. Because I was so disgusted with the drop-off and people looking for Malaysian Flight 370 that once and for all, a celebrity had to disappear and maybe stir some echoes up so we could get this back on track.
Damn, Thunder. that was a rant worthy. That was a rant worthy of Chris Long.
Well, thank you very much. And I just came up with that like 3 seconds ago. Did it work good?
Nice.
Awesome.
That was nice.
Anyway, I'm back again. Look, I had to drop off early. I had some issues I had to take care of. We won't discuss if it had to do with toilet paper or not or what so have you. But no, we had some issues we had to take care of. We got it all taken care of, and we're good now. And I am back on the radio, so I apologize if you guys missed me. But I love that you did.
Of course we missed you. You're the Thunder Midget.
Get a half applause there.
Because midget's highest.
Well, let's
Hey, if the applause would have went any further, it would have went over my head.
Oh,
Sons of bitches. Oh, we're all into the joke. Look. Hey, I've been this height my whole life. Short jokes don't bother me. And guess what, Mr. William Telltale, who's 6'3", 6'4", or whatever on what day it is, or what convenience store he's in. When you fall down, it hurts a lot worse than when I do. Thank you very much. Gravity's on my side, you son of a gun. Anyway, so now back to the show.
Oh man!
Without any further interruptions. Okay, no, I know I'm back, and look, hey, just loving life and glad to be back. And as I said, I'm glad that my absence was still entertaining. So here we go.
Oh yeah. That was some good radio. Crank and Welpin, amazing guest. Loved them. In fact, I want to join Crank and Welpin.
yeah. I think we've all decided to just quit our jobs and just become Welpin heads, like deadheads.
That'd be fun. That'd be fun. Everything, but then you know what? I get made fun enough on this show as it is when people can't see me. But if you put me next to all you guys in a pair of lederhosen, and you have the little guy, that that does not work well for me.
I'm the shortest person in this whole equation, so I don't know what you mean by that.
Anyway.
I'm only 5 feet tall, so...
I'm not... Look,
you're like a giant compared to me.
No, I mean, what, 5'6"? Yeah, we see eye to eye. Or eye to eyebrow, whatever it is.
Everyone's tall to me, so...
Anyway,
well,
you're taking away my fun right there. I joke on myself all the time about the short thing. Let me live my dream.
What, you choke on the short thing?
What'd you just say?
I didn't
Look,
say
man,
it. You
look.
said it.
Look, no.
You've
I said
already
I
given us
joke.
more than enough
I
TMI.
Oh, my God. Look, I'm about to disappear again real quick. Anyway, the hell is wrong with you? And not you, Chris. I was talking to him.
I'm staying out of this.
How do you give a dirty look over the phone? Anyway.
I do it all the time.
Let me ask my wife.
Yeah, I think it's a woman thing. We have that mastered. We can do that over long distances and anytime we want. It's one of our feminine secrets that would just break the universe if men ever found out how we did it.
Well, okay. I guess. Speaking of the universe breaking, have you seen those videos on YouTube of like that really loud trumpeting sound or whatever, and people think that it's a sign of Armageddon and stuff, and nobody can explain what it is? Or, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
No.
Like, there's an old factory that's shut down or whatever across the river and everything, and there's always these booms and all that kind of stuff.
No. These were recorded from different places in the world. Well, I'm not sure.
I actually, hold on. I saw a documentary about something about this. It was in Russia or something where I saw the documentary from, but I mean, I know kind of what you're talking about. It was the same thing, but yeah, it's like almost not a sonic boom, but
no, it's like a
exactly.
Like but I'm not sure, but I think I may have just heard one. Like right before, when I relocated my stuff outside because of this awesome, cool fall weather. I stepped outside and I heard something. I don't know. It might have been a truck going by, but it sure as hell sounded like what was on those YouTube videos.
The aliens that came for Thunder last week are coming for you now.
Oh shit.
Chris, you got the board ready?
I'm next.
Anyway,
God, I don't want to get an anal probe.
That's a drop.
I was just going to say that.
I don't want to be like
I'm trying so hard not to laugh right now.
I don't want to have like a satellite coming out of my ass.
Look, please stop now. Holy. Whew. Okay, I need some air. Oh my goodness. Look, I don't want an anal probe.
I know.
That's an even better drop.
I don't care. Holy. Now, this is how we're starting the show? Really?
Yes.
God love it. Welcome to the Will and Thunder Show.
That's how we roll on the Will and Thunder Show.
We're talking a little bit of rock and roll and anal probing. We love you. Wow. Whew. Yeah. No, I don't care. That's good radio right there. That's good radio right there. Wow. Okay.
Speaking of good radio, we've got some great shows coming up this month. For example, tonight we have Porphyra. They're from New York, right, Chris?
Say that 10 times fast.
I'm sorry, Thunder?
Porphyra. I've been trying to say this. I know, and you know what? And I don't understand. If I don't look at it, I can say Porphyra. If I look at it, I don't know why I don't know. There's something with it. And there's actually a disease called Porphyra. Look, I sound like I'm a retard every time I say it. It's like I get a lisp right at the I can't do it.
Like por favor.
Right.
Porphyra. Like pour me some fire.
We're gonna get Billy in here later on tonight. He can give you a Greek lesson there.
Look, no, because I don't want to sound like a retard when I talk to the band. We're doing this beforehand right here. Damn it, work with me, guys. You guys are family. But seriously, it's like I can't get that sound right. And I know PH is like fish, and like the band Fish. Yeah, I can do fish, but I can't do the Porphyra. It just doesn't come out right. It's all good. Never mind. I'm sorry. I had a...
It's all right. We'll get through it together.
Hold on, everybody. All right.
Who else do we have?
I have a major announcement to make on the Will and Thunder
A major announcement on the Will and Thunder show?
Yes, I do.
Hope that's a drum, not a machine gun.
Aliens.
Just confirmed. December 2nd, Tuesday, December 2nd, 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, the normal Will and Thunder show time. We are going to be having on the legendary Killer Dwarfs.
Killer Dwarfs?
Damn. Killer.
The Killer Dwarfs. Legendary. 80s band, the Killer Dwarfs.
Yes, them. The same.
On the Will and Thunder show.
Yeah. On the Will and Thunder show.
On the same night, on the same radio station, you're going to have the Killer Dwarfs and the Thunder Midget.
Yes.
That's right.
It's going to be a dwarferific extravaganza.
And don't worry, guys, it'll still be... Look, no. That's right. And look.
It's almost going to be like my dream come true.
Well, here's the deal. I said, don't worry. It's still going to be this 2-hour show. It's not going to be a short show.
No.
Wait, wait a minute here.
Thank you. I was just waiting for that. I'm here all week.
That's
Literally, I'm here all week waiting to do this show. That's what I do. I just sit here. I sit here looking at my phone, waiting. Oh, is it time? Yeah, I'm here all week.
Except when the show happens, then you run off and we're all left to wonder what the fuck happened here.
I got to keep things on edge a little bit, you know. Got to keep you guys wondering.
So yeah. I like the Killer Dwarves. I mean, they're fun, fun band and everything, and they put out some really good music, and they're Canadian. So
nothing wrong with that.
Hey.
No. Hey.
They've been around a long time, right? It's like forever.
Huh. What?
Well, speaking
they've
of
been
80s,
around like forever.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, since the mid '80s.
Since the dawn of time.
I used to see them on Headbangers Ball all the time.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember the good old days.
Mhm.
For all you whippersnappers out there, the days when music was real music and they actually played real music on MTV, when they did not show pregnant teenagers and people who resemble traffic cones getting tan.
Date my daughter or what so have you, and
in fact, the M.
You know, and I don't remember that. Or go ahead.
The M in MTV actually used to stand for music.
It stood for.
I know, right? A lot of people don't know
what?
that.
You know what? Look, right there, I almost denounce myself as a intelligent human being.
Don't
and
worry,
I'm glad that I sat there. Oh my goodness! No, I just about said that there. The language I was about to use was horrible. But anyway, yes, the M and MTV stood for music, where you could turn on the TV and watch music videos, or if it wasn't music videos, they'd have an interview with a musician.
Mhm. Something music related. Even the game shows were music related.
Oh yeah, I mean they have a game show and it was at least music trivia.
Right.
Remote control. That was
I loved that show.
So
the days are lost. The days are lost.
Coming up next week on the Will and Thunder show, we have a band from Minnesota called Helio Saga.
You sure they're from Minnesota?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the name of the band?
Are they going to be bringing me some free Viking shit, or I mean, was that like the feed that they are
you could
going
probably
to get to me on the show?
You could probably.
Helio Saga. That sounds like a town next to Nagasaki or Hiroshima.
No, that's the wrong side of the Pacific, Thunder.
That was just a joke.
It's on the other
I really
side of the
think
Lake
so.
Minnetonka.
Sounded Japanese. Sounded Japanese.
You think so? You really
It's actually Greek.
So.
See, we're here we are again with these Greek words that Thunder's having trouble with. You poor dear.
That was totally missed in the mix right there.
But no, you asked. Yeah, it was. You asked about free Viking stuff from Helios Saga, but I think that if you want free Viking stuff, I think they're giving it away at MinnesotaVikings.com.
Probably, right? Especially like Steve Peterson jerseys. I'm sure they can't give those away fast enough.
No, actually, they're taking those back and giving jerseys with other names on them.
Probably. Or putting your own name on them. I would want that myself, but.
And not that we can really, honestly, truly have any right in busting balls on football teams right now with the gross display of.
Oh, don't get me started.
Oh, we can bust balls on
Football
Peterson
is great. Soccer is dumb.com.
Yeah. Anyway.
But you know what? It's October. Let's not talk about football per se. Let's talk. I think it's a little. I'm going to use your word there, Thunder. I think it's a little ridiculous that all the NFL players are wearing pink.
Well, it's not ridiculous. It's not.
Yeah, that's been a theme for the last several years, and I know several people who actually have a hang-up with that, and I get why they do it, and it's a nice gesture and everything, but personally, the other night I came across something that said that this month is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I feel being the NFL has become rather notorious for being associated with domestic violence as of late. I think that they should actually go from wearing the pink ribbons to wearing the Domestic Violence Awareness Month ribbons, because doesn't that make more sense?
Is that
it does to an extent, but I mean, to be honest with you, one of the biggest killers in women in this country is breast cancer.
Well, you're not telling me. I mean, that's in my family.
Right, and like in my wife's family, 3 of the women in her family had breast cancer. Her mom passed away from breast cancer. My wife is one of the women who. She went and got tested after her mom passed away and had both genes, and actually had a double mastectomy.
Oh wow!
To make sure that she didn't get breast cancer, so she could be here for the kids as she gets older. And this is it's such a big deal right now, and it's actually. In the years since, I mean, when I was a kid, you didn't hear about it, but it's gotten so big, and it ran rampant for a long time. And there's so much more technology now that helps with it. But still, good friend of my son's mom passed away.
I don't think any of us here are saying that we shouldn't be out there raising awareness, but it does get to a bit of overkill when you have to have the NFL players wearing pink out there on the field. I mean, it's just a bit much. There's a difference between raising awareness and just bombarding people with the message. I get that it's an important factor.
At my job, they showed up and they were passing out pink ribbons and everything, and I was just like, no, I don't want one. What? You mean you're not in support of breast cancer awareness? I said it has nothing to do with. Of course, I'm against breast cancer and I want to see it eradicated, but I don't need to wear a damn pink ribbon. I mean, just by virtue of me being male means that I'm against that I'm.
And I agree with you, but you know what? The guys that do it on the football field, they do it by choice. They're not made to wear pink. They're not made to wear a pink glove or a pink ankle wrap. That's their choice to do. If they do it for the right reason, that's great. If they do it for the TV coverage, well, that's wrong. But I'm saying that this is one thing.
I find it a bit of an irony. Maybe that's not the word I'm looking for here, but I find it almost. It would be hilarious if it weren't so sad, but I find it strange that they care enough about women's causes to wear breast cancer ribbons, but then they go home and beat their wives. So I don't know.
And I understand what you're saying there, but you know what? That's the 3 or 4
you
that
love her
you're talking
boobs,
about.
But fuck the rest of her, you know.
No. I understand what you're
Save her
saying there.
boobs, but you know her brain not so much.
No, and I understand what you're saying there. But the point of the matter is, you know what? It's not. I mean, you're making the NFL as a whole as a wife beater, and the NFL as a whole. What I'm saying is
that's not what I'm saying either.
Right,
I just
right. I'm just saying
that domestic violence has been a key word associated with NFL as of late. I'm just saying I find it a bit. I don't even know the word I'm looking for here. I just find it a bit strange that they're all out there championing the cause of breast cancer, but yet cannot appreciate the biggest, what should be the biggest cause for men and women is to stop domestic violence. We don't need to be beating up each other.
Right.
I mean, that's just, you know, violence on violence against people is just wrong. So I don't know. I'm just going to stay out of this.
Okay, well, let's. I mean, this is a fun show. I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to set up a joke that bombed miserably, but anyway, let's do some rock history.
And now, this week in rock history.
All right, I got three good ones here. Now, generally, I would start with the old one, you know, the oldest one, but this one kind of has a personal, you know, a personal tie to our buddy Thunder here.
Okay.
Yeah, and
first midget bass player.
No, not about bass players.
It's not about shooting or beating or burying a bass player.
It's about stabbing.
Anal probe?
How does that have to do with me?
How does it have to do with
look,
you?
I disappeared one day. You guys are talking about anal probing and stabbing. Now, look, I did not get abducted by aliens. I had to walk away for a minute. Seriously. I didn't get poked with anything, I promise you.
We believe you.
Yeah, whatever. How did I become the butt of all jokes?
Wait, did you just say butt of all jokes?
Yes, was that pretty good right there? I was trying to throw that in there with the anal probing. I thought it was appropriate. I thought it was funny.
At least you didn't say ass.
Oh my goodness, we're not getting anywhere tonight. I mean, this is about the best. This is about the best round and round bullshit joke session I've ever heard in my entire life. And look, I'm proud of you guys. You guys are following every little joke and everything's working. It's pretty cool right there. I love you guys. I do.
Yeah, we have work to get done. So what's up with the story? I want to hear the story.
Yes, it has to do with me. So tell me about it.
Well, it doesn't have to do with you. It has to do with a family member of yours. October 12th. Now I've really fucked.
Yes, my eyebrow just was up. God dang it! Really? Look, there's enough about me. Leave my family alone, all right? No, I'm just kidding.
October 12th, 1980. 7 people are stabbed during a fight at a Blood, Sweat, and Tears concert in Los Angeles.
Wow, that really gives new meaning to the band's name.
Exactly. Okay. Now, first of all, yes. Now, that has ties to my family. It does. But once again, as we've talked a million times before, there are a lot of bands from the 60s and 70s that are still together, and might be 1 or 2 original members in the band.
Some of them
now,
not
first
even
of all,
the original members.
I don't know for fact, but I believe by the 80s my uncle was no longer a part of the band, and I'm sure that he had nothing to do with the stabbing. But on another note here, first of all, if you've ever heard Blood, Sweat, and Tears, I don't know why there was somebody there with a knife, especially in the 80s, because they were big in the 60s. And so these are like 40 to 45-year-olds there, and I can't see a mosh pit or any anxiety in a what goes up must come down. He didn't say down. He said, drown. No, fuck you. I'm going to stab you. Really? And then a big stab fight? How many people had knives?
Apparently, at least.
How many people got stabbed? How many people got stabbed at a Blood, Sweat, Tears concert?
7.
Look, man. He was a spinning wheel right there. He just turned around with a knife like a spinning wheel.
Well,
really?
I saw that.
This is Blood, Sweat, Tears.
I saw that story and I got to thinking that maybe they were trying to get to the bass player.
Maybe was it Jerry Lee Lewis? Was he there? Was he at the gig? I mean, maybe.
It probably was. He's like, oh. What does Jerry Lee Lewis have against bass players? That son of a bitch. 7 innocent people because of one bass player. That's ridiculous.
For bass players, what can we say?
Yeah.
It's not our fault.
Now I have to put bars on my windows. This is ridiculous.
Really? 1985 called. Everybody else has bars on the windows.
Either that or I have to put 2 more strings on my guitar. That way I'm cool again.
There you go. That's probably a better safety measure than putting bars on your window.
Go ahead, Will, and say you were never cool. Go ahead. You only had 4 strings. You were never cool. Go ahead, say it. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. We talked about this earlier. Don't look at each other.
I don't have to say it. You keep saying it yourself.
I know.
You wonder why I disappeared last week.
We missed you.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. You missed me like a hole in the...
Don't be so mad, Thunder.
You missed me like a hole in the gut, or 2.
We didn't have anywhere to shoot to practice our shooting.
Yeah. Our target disappeared. Where'd he go?
Oh,
we were going to go out shooting last week with Crunk and Velpin, and you disappeared.
Yeah.
By the way, before we get back, I just got to say this, Thunder, because you haven't listened to the YouTube show yet, have you? Of last week?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, we were talking, and we were trying to find out what happened to you and everything. Chris said, well, he and his wife did have a little argument about Steven Tyler, and then Chaos from Cranky Welp Singer said maybe she shot him.
She only shoots the ceiling.
That's better than shooting you.
Obviously.
Anyway, let's get back to the news. October.
Don't we have
15th.
some news this week, or?
Yes, this week in rock history. October 15th, 1965. When you would think that when you got signed, you would get a pretty good signing bonus, right? I mean, NFL players, NBA players, they have their contract and they get signing bonuses.
Yeah.
That's how they. Well, what would you say if I told you that Jimi Hendrix's first record deal, he got a signing bonus of $1?
That wouldn't surprise me at all because things were very corrupt back in the 50s and 60s.
And even through the 70s. I mean,
yeah,
actually,
most of the
speaking
70s.
of the band that's got 7 people stabbed, my uncle's band, who was Blood, Sweat, and Tears, actually were a part of that whole big scam right there with the stocks and all that kind of stuff where, the majority of what they made went into... Huh?
With payola.
Yeah, they were a part of that whole deal right there, and they didn't make any. I mean, they made very little money as Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and actually, my uncle was in lawsuits for years because even the stuff that he produced after Blood, Sweat, and Tears, if it had anything to do with Blood, Sweat, and Tears, be it a book or a replay of one of their songs that he changed up, he couldn't get the royalties off until this whole lawsuit was changed.
Well, yeah, didn't John Fogerty get sued for plagiarizing himself by the record label because he wrote a song as a solo artist that sounded like a riff from Creedence slightly? So,
right.
Yeah, he got sued for plagiarizing himself.
Yeah.
Which is just weird.
It's so ridiculous. But yeah, back then the record labels. I mean, and not that it doesn't happen today. I mean, there's a lot of bands out there that still to this day, if you don't read your contract where you sign on the dotted line, you're about as bright as a burnout light bulb, because they can put clauses in in those contracts that will give you next to nothing.
Yeah.
Which is sad, because you're the generator of the profit right there. You're the generator of everything that happens with your music. I mean, there's been guys out there who've had full bands together, and they'll get you and they get you signed, but in the contract, or the clause in the contract is, you know what, your band's not good enough, but you're the singer, we signed you, you have to sing, and we have a band for you.
Right, and that's coming back to an earlier discussion we had about record labels, and a lot of people just believe that getting signed is the holy grail, when really it's the beginning of all your problems in so many ways.
Right.
Because now you become property of the record label, and they can do whatever the fuck they want with you. They can sign you, and then under contract, we don't have to release your albums. Like, you can make this album, and we don't ever have to release it. We don't have to do shit with it, and you can't say boo about it because we own your ass, pretty much.
Exactly, and on top of that, here's the album you're going to put out. This is what you're going to sing. We have a group of songwriters and a band for you, and this is what you're going to do. And if you don't do it, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
so you have to go out there and put out a product. You have to go out there and put out a product that you don't stand behind, that you don't enjoy, and you have to pretend to be somebody who you're not for their profit. And that's what I'm saying. I mean, all these, especially like the bands we talk to.
The poster children for for what we're talking about with bands like that are Crimson Glory and TNT, because both of them on smaller labels released incredible albums. Like Crimson Glory released Transcendence and TNT released Intuition, and incredible, groundbreaking albums. And then they both signed to Atlantic, and the next album that they put out was crap. And then the band, the bands broke up. So.
Yeah, it happens all the time. There are albums that are sitting there in the vaults that bands want to release or that never see the light of day because because the record labels own it. For example, I mean, even though Will and I probably milked this particular band to death on our show, but for example, I see so many fans ask on the Queensryche page, what are you going to do with all these bootlegs that people made during the Promised Land tour? Because they had a taper section where people could bootleg the shows openly. What are you going to do with that? Are you ever going to release when you were on Unplugged? And they're just like, we can't do anything with it because EMI owns all of that shit. And we're not with the EMI anymore, and it's their decision whether they want to release it or not. And obviously they don't have any inclination to do so anytime soon.
Right.
Yeah, that's so sad because that ties up so much of the good original music,
if
that we deserve to hear.
If Queensryche's next album debuts at like number 1 or something like that, then you can bet that EMI is going to cash in and release that crap.
Right,
definitely.
It's kind of what they're waiting for, I reckon. It's just sad, man, because there's so much good artistic music out there that that gets trapped up in that bullshit right there, in the whole business end of the music industry, and people don't realize that of how big the industry is itself, and the business end there's so much loss in the business end of music right there.
And I've got a story for the for the news that we're gonna elaborate on that some more.
Which touches a little bit on that.
It ties in, but I got one more history story for you. October 14th, 1978 was when all 4 of the solo albums from the members of KISS came out. Anybody want to take a guess at which one charted the highest?
I was 9 days old, so I think I know who it is, but I can't remember. I think it wasn't it Peter Criss's that charted the highest, or the one that was least likely to my thinking?
Gene Simmons. Gene Simmons charted at number 22. Ace Frehley was 26. Paul Stanley was 40, and then Peter Criss was 43.
Oh, okay.
Gene Simmons can't keep his hand out of anything, can he?
Yeah, I'm not a Kiss fan at all, so yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm
how
not.
about some news now?
I'm not a huge Kiss fan, but I'm not an anti-Kiss fan. And but Gene Simmons, I mean, I guess he is a miracle worker when it comes to money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd love to know his secrets, honestly. I don't respect his musical ability, but I do respect the hell out of his money-making ability.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He needs to write a how-to book.
Exactly.
Well, then more people would have all the money, and he doesn't like that. Gene
Yeah,
wants all the money for himself. He doesn't want anyone to have the money.
He could sell that book. He could sell that book for like $1,000 per copy, and people would pay it.
Oh, are you kidding? Kiss fans all over the world would, just because it's Gene Simmons, they don't even care to make money.
That's true. They'd never read it. They'd never read it. It would sit there. in their little Kiss man cave with
it'd be in a Ziploc bag so the pages never caught oxygen.
Right.
It would be not just a Ziploc bag. It would be in a Kiss Ziploc bag.
Yeah, in a vault, the Kiss vault.
in the
Kiss trailer home.
right next to the Kiss 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah, the Kiss fried chicken and the Kiss cigarettes.
Oh my goodness.
And the Kiss tobacco or the Kiss Gatorade or whatever.
And the autographed LA Kiss football helmet.
Oh. But that's the trip about it. They've made so much
with a little
you could
Ziploc
literally
bag.
build a house made out of Kiss shit.
Exactly. Next to the little tiny Ziploc bag with the one blade of fake grass from the Kiss.
From Gene Simmons' lawn. Gene Simmons' lawn.
Exactly.
Right.
Anyway, I was going to say from the football stadium, but anyway, I was just sitting here, and across my studio just ran a little Mickey Mouse.
They're after each other. They're coming for you.
It's just jersey on? It's it's just that time of year. It's getting kind of cool outside, so they all try and come inside. So now I have to handle that situation. You have to beat them off with
your midget axe, your dwarf.
That's right. My Thunder Midget axe, which is actually a bass guitar, it looks like an axe, kind of like Gene Simmons with Mine Schooler.
Awesome.
Because mine has an axe on both sides. His only has one on one side. Fucker.
See, we give a lot of shit to bass players, but look at Gene Simmons. He's a bass player, and look at all the chicks he gets. And he's the ugliest bastard on planet Earth.
Have you seen that man's tongue? Yeah, but you ever seen his tongue?
What?
I'm just saying. I'm joking. I was a joke.
It's not the size of the appendage. It's what you can do with it.
All right, you ever seen a Kiss concert? Anyway, and
I'm not
as a bass player.
Well, you know, my sister,
though,
she is a huge Kiss fan, and she has said many times, I would fuck Gene Simmons as long as he kept the makeup on.
Well, you know what? I've got a makeup kit. If you keep that as a drop, I will whoop your ass, I swear to God, because that did not come out as cool as I thought it would sound.
We're doing it.
Wow, really?
Now
I said that out loud. See, this is the problem. You know what? I think I actually have two brains. One works really well. The other one runs about 10 seconds, 15 seconds faster than the other one.
You have a delay. You have a delay in your brain?
No, it thinks it has a good idea, and it goes straight to the mouth and out in a heartbeat. The other brain's like, no, stop, don't. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. It's already done. And then I sit here, and the smart brain goes, yeah, you said that, you dumbass. Live with it.
Was it like the Simpsons? Shut up, brain. I don't need you. I have friends now.
Yeah, right. Had friends. I keep talking like that, I'll be alone on the radio. I won't even have a radio show. I'll just talk to my phone like a jackass. How you doing? What's up, phone? Why won't you talk back to me? Anyway, really, yeah, I'm not. You need any more news than that?
I think Chris here wants to lead off the news segment this time, don't you?
I don't know. I thought you had some news, but I guess, well, I do have some Sonic Cathedral-related news real quick. For those of you out there who attend the Metal Female Voices Festival every year, a bit of sad news. Next year there's not going to be a festival. They're taking a year hiatus off because the festival is in Belgium, and because this is a worldwide event, pretty much 95% of the attendees are not from Belgium. So they're kind of like, well, we realize this has been kind of a strain on everybody's wallet to go every single year, so we're taking a year off. So if you ever wanted to go to Metal Female Voices Festival, which is, I believe, next weekend, now is your last chance because you won't get another chance until 2016. So better go now if you ever want to do it, unless you are willing to wait 2 years. And I'm pretty sure they'll have a very killer lineup to make up for the year that they have went away. So, yeah, that's what's going on there.
Cool. Well, I thought you were going to want to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I thought that was going to be your thing, so you go ahead.
That was yours. Go ahead. You go ahead, because I've got 2 more.
Well, as everybody knows, the inductees or the ballot, is it the ballot or just who we can vote for on who might get into the Hall of Fame this year was presented last week. And who all do we have on the list? I mean, we've got an eclectic mix of people here this year. And Stevie Ray Vaughan, for the first time in the 7 or 8 years he's been eligible, is finally available on the ballot to be voted for, which I just find a gross error. I'm pretty sure the rest of you all do as well.
I agree 100%. I mean, one of the greatest. I mean, just this memorable music. I mean, you take a guy that is that good, especially with the style he plays. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering right there because it just blows my mind that Stevie Ray Vaughan has been eligible for 7 years, and I mean, not inducted. He is such an amazing musician to not be in already.
Yeah, you think that he'd be one of those musicians that, oh, you're eligible, come on in. Just as soon as you are eligible that you get in. But you'd be surprised.
How does one become eligible? How does one become eligible? What's the criteria?
It has to be 25 years after the release of your first album. That is when you gain eligibility for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So basically,
you're telling me Green Day's been around for 25 fucking years?
Yeah, they have.
And don't get me wrong. Now listen,
even though they did
I
not
like
become
Green Day
famous and even though they did not become platinum award-selling artists until the mid-'90s, their first album was released 25 years ago. So yes, they're technically eligible.
Now, don't take this the wrong way. I like Green Day. I think that, at the time they came out, and the punk style they had, I like their music. Don't get me wrong here. Do I think that they deserve to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame before Stevie Ray Vaughan? Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
That makes me sick to my stomach right there. Exactly. I mean, that's a gross injustice right there. I mean, if you're calling this a Hall of Fame, and especially a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I understand that there's different genres of rock and roll, but there has been some groups that have been inducted in the Hall of Fame that I would not even put in the rock and roll category.
Well, again, people need to understand that right now it's just the names that are on the ballot. And I learned this from when Rush became eligible and all the many years that fans spent writing to the Hall and calling the Hall, and I was even involved in one of the email writing campaigns at one point. I learned this from that experience that if enough fans petition for a certain band, that the Hall will acknowledge them or give them consideration. So who's to say that a shitload of Green Day fans just didn't get together and sign a petition saying, Green Day is eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, put them on the ballot. So we don't really know how it is certain bands get to be on the ballot. I just know that that's one of the things that we as fans have to do if we want to see certain people get recognition from the Hall.
Right.
So it could just be because they're on the list right now doesn't mean that they're nominated to be in the Hall, because Deep Purple was on this ballot for 2-3 years and they never got a nomination. They never got any further than just being on this ballot. Joan Jett is once again on the ballot, and she's been on this ballot for 5 years, and she's never gotten the nomination. So just because these people are on the ballot, again, does not mean that they're being nominated for entry. So I really hope Green Day doesn't get it. And it has nothing to do with me not liking their music, because I don't like their music. I kind of think it's just the same repetitive shit. But personally, there's a set criteria of what constitutes a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame entry, and several of those are how influential were they on music, what did they bring to the table that changed music, and how original are they? And to me, Green Day doesn't really fit any of those categories. They're not really that original. They're just watered-down 70s punk. I mean, let's be honest with each other.
Last year, and it's still, once again, maybe not the level of Stevie Ray Vaughan, but a band got put in, the Chili Peppers. Was it last year they got inducted?
Oh, no, this was about, I'd say more like 3 or 4 years ago.
The Chili Peppers were?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, the Chili Peppers, now, I agree with them being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because they were original, and I mean, no, they're not like Green Day. They're not. I mean, it's not the same watered down kind of sound. They were totally original.
Yeah, definitely different.
Definitely different, and maybe they didn't have the quality of sound that Stevie Ray Vaughan had, but they had the quality of sound to their style of music, and they created a new style. They kind of jump-started that whole California sound.
Yes, to me, that should make you eligible for being in the Hall of Fame. Now, whether you like that style of music is totally subjective, but there's no denying that they created a new sound. It's different, and to me, that constitutes being in the Hall of Fame. Green Day, I'm sorry. When I'm looking at the ballot here and I see 9 Inch Nails or Green Day, I understand you're going to have to put an alternative rock band from the 90s into the Hall. I get that, so give it to 9 Inch Nails, because they fit all of that criteria. They're different. No one else sounds like that.
Absolutely.
And they're highly influential. There's, countless people from different genres often rate Trent Reznor as one of their favorite songwriters. And I'm sorry, I don't mean any offense to any of the emos out there, but I have yet to meet anyone who said, the first time I heard Green Day, I picked up a guitar. Sorry, I know a lot of musicians out there, and to me, that's a huge factor in getting into the Hall of Fame. How influential are they on music? I'm sorry, they're Rush to be ignored for 15 years, and pretty much every drummer you know, anyone who owns a set of drums will tell you, Neil Peart's the reason I picked up a drumstick. So
exactly.
Come on. That alone
and you talk to anybody who's a singer or a bass player or a keyboard player that said that Geddy Lee is not an amazing human being for being able to do 3 things at one time.
Absolutely.
That talented-wise. Are you kidding me? To be able to sing that well, first of all, to play a bass guitar, hammer on, hammer off while you're playing keyboards at the same time, which he does live, is ridiculous, because playing a piano string like that and to be able to have the hand strength to make a sound at all on a bass guitar that's going to be heard in an arena blows my mind completely.
Like I've said before, there's a reason that for me there's Rush and there's everyone else. They're just,
and I agree with you 100%.
They're the top of the heap. So yeah, but yeah, this list of Hall of Fame inductees, it's just, the Hall. I think they need to revamp themselves, because a lot of fans out there get really butthurt about the idea that anyone that's not rock music gets into the Hall of Fame. Now, this is a bone of contention among many fans, because I feel that, if there's certain genres of music that do deserve to get into the Hall of Fame because they are different and they did something new, but on the other hand, should it be called, at this point, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame anymore? I don't think so. I think it should just be called the Music Hall of Fame or something.
I agree with you there, because there has been, there's different, not hip-hop kind of rap bands has been put in. I understand there might have some rock influences to an extent here, but no, that's ridiculous. That, especially with Rush, being ignored for so long, somebody like Stevie Ray Vaughan, who is just amazing musician right there, to go against someone like Green Day.
Yeah, and it shouldn't even be, and that's the whole thing about this voting thing, is actually my boyfriend's been the one voting. He does the voting in the family here, but he said that right now Stevie Ray Vaughan is ahead in the voting poll. So hopefully justice will be done, and he will get on the ballot. And he said also, though, that Nine Inch Nails is right beneath him as far as voter percentage goes.
Right.
So I'm thinking that most people agree with our viewpoint about Green Day, that, yeah, sure, maybe they might be eligible, but just not right now. Let them wait. They don't need to. They're not one of those bands that, to me, are so huge and so influential that they need to get in right away. They can
Especially this early, yeah, exactly. And then I agree that, some of these bands like Green Day and, maybe,
why not
Alice,
Alice in Chains?
should have an opportunity to be in the Rock Hall of Fame? Absolutely.
Right.
But do I believe that they should be able to show... Right, but do they need to be able to show that 20 years down the line from now where they're, maybe an idea, maybe put them in there? In 20 years down the line, are you going to hear Green Day on the radio all the time? When it comes to the, quote, classic rock stations, or what have you, that people still want to hear, still want to listen to generation to generation to generation, are they going to be one of those bands? That's what deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
What's even more of an insult is that Green Day over, let's say, bands like the Spinners or the Marvelettes, who have been waiting for literally decades to get their chance in the Hall of Fame. You're going to put Green Day over them? At this point, I think the Hall needs to consider seniority at some point. Just like, you know what, these people have been eligible for 50 fucking years. Let's just put them in already. Let's not even put them on a freaking ballot. Let's just put them in. The Marvelettes were the first band from Motown to make the hit charts or the hit single charts, Billboard, whatever they were called back then. And to me, that's just an outrage that they are not in the Hall of Fame. Because if it weren't for them, there wouldn't be Temptations or Rick James or Michael Jackson or any of these other groups from Motown that we all know and love. So for them to not be in the Hall of Fame, to me, is just wrong. And yet we're going to put Green on the ballot.
Here's a new criteria right here. Okay, here's the deal. You're allowed in the Hall of Fame after so many years. But all these people right here in front of you, if their name's been called by Casey Kasem and yours has not, they're in front of you.
Yeah, that's how I feel. There really should be a level of seniority. Like, if you have so many years that you've been eligible and you haven't gotten in yet, then just fuck it. Get on in here. Just we've passed you by long enough. Just get your asses in here.
Look, you guys will still be around in about 15 years. Look what they did to Donna
Summer. I mean, they finally let her in after she dies.
Here's the deal. Before everybody else dies, you guys get in the back of the fucking line. This isn't a lottery. You don't get to jump ahead. And here's the deal. These guys in front of you have had a cross-country dedication by Casey Kasem, so you shut your fucking mouth. We're glad that you were upset and you enjoyed your life as Green Day and everything was bad. You were Velcro to a seat. Well, hop back on that Velcro seat because we got some guys here that started doing things to make you do what you did, so shut your mouth and let these guys be recognized before you have a chance to be in the Hall of Fame. First of all, Green Day is not old enough to be in the Hall of Fame yet, in my opinion.
I would like to think that Green Day themselves would even say, you know what, these people deserve to be in way more than we do. Let them have a chance. We can write it out and wait a couple years for our turn. I would think that even they would honestly have to give it up and say that.
Right. You think that if they get inducted...
They're just douchebags.
Exactly. And you think if they had an ounce of dignity in them, especially their guitar player, they get inducted instead of Stevie Ray Vaughan. If he didn't stand up and go, I thank you guys for putting me in here, but I'm telling you something right now, I don't deserve this spot. That man, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
When they got inducted, when Metallica got inducted, I think James was the one that said, this is a great honor, but why are we in before Rush? Why are we in before Deep Purple?
Right.
Why are we in before Motorhead, Judas Priest, Iron Man? He went on and named all these bands that should be in the fucking Hall of Fame before Metallica. And to me, I thought that was very cool.
Right, and that's being honest and respectful right there. Because these are the people who made you want to do what you do. And, thank you guys for understanding what we've done. But I'd have never been here if it wasn't for these guys right here. And they're not in here. You don't have a guitar or a shirt or a jersey or a pair of shoes or something from these guys a guitar pick from Rush, and you're putting me in the Hall of Fame in front of them?
Exactly.
That would make me sick to my stomach. It'd be the same thing if we were to make it big in the next 2 years and they had a Radio Hall of Fame and they put us in there in front of Howard Stern. Whether I like Howard Stern or not, Howard Stern really was the key to any type
I
of...
would go. If it was me, I'd be like, fuck you, unless I can
you
bring
guys are
Howard
fucking...
and
I'd go.
Beetlejuice, then I'm not doing
You know what? I'd go, and you know what I'd do? I'd get a pair of stilts, a lanky suit, and I'd put a fake nose and a curly wig on, and I'd say, yeah, you know what? And I accept this on behalf of Howard Stern.
Yeah, wear Howard
Lederhosen too, underneath it. Because then what I'd do is I'd yank the suit off, and I'd be standing there on stilts with Lederhosen and be like, booyah, fuck you guys. But I mean, seriously, that's the same idea right there. I mean, if us doing this just for a couple of years got an accolade like that, and Howard Stern did get that accolade, who started the whole idea of, free thought talk radio. I mean, are you serious?
Right.
Who am I versus this guy right here? Whether you like him or not, whether you like his style, what's so heavy. No, he started this whole idea.
Well, that's what Eddie Vedder said. He said if Pearl Jam gets in before Kiss, I won't go. I won't accept the honor, nothing, because that's, again, to him, that's an outrage that if I got in before Kiss when they're the reason I'm doing what I'm doing, then that should, just not be.
It's an outrage.
But luckily that didn't happen because Kiss is in, and as much as I don't like them, I was right there with all their fans saying they need to be in the Hall of Fame. It's just, this is just stupid. Bottom line is the Hall of Fame is just run by an old jackass who has personal access to grind with bands he doesn't like. And that's why Rush was kept out for 15 years. Every Rush fan knows it, and that's why the bastard was booed. Go and look it up on YouTube, the uncut footage of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. When he announces his name, they booed the shit out of him. Because this is the guy who kept Rush out because he personally doesn't like their music. And that's it. And to me, the Hall of Fame should not be about a pissing contest of what band the guy from Rolling Stone likes best. That's not what a Hall of Fame should be.
No, it's not. No, it's about what the fans like best and what is the best of the best. It's what should be the best of the best right there.
And I have a feeling that once the old bastard dies or retires, that we're going to see the playing field open a huge deal to a lot of these bands like Deep Purple and Journey and Yes and all these bands that have just been shunned for years and years. I have a feeling that once that guy is out of the picture, that we're going to see a lot more of these bands getting in and getting their proper recognition.
Well, on a different note, a lighter note.
Well, you know what?
Go ahead.
I'll be one of the first people to champion, to in 25 years to blow the doors down or whatever to get our guest in tonight. That's Porphyra. They're from Minnesota, and we're going to play a song of theirs.
Porphyra's from New York.
Oh.
Oh.
It's all right.
I deserve that.
It's all right, but we've been so excited to get them on the show. So, let's play one of their tunes.
All right, we're gonna start this off with Shine, and we'll be right back on the Will and Thunder Show. This is Porphyra.
Count the shadows on the wall, the fire blazing from behind, a shackled prisoner I am, in a kingdom for to die. I've been condemned to live alone, away from any kind of light. I yearn for something more and more, to have you here within my sight. Shine on me.
welcome back to the Will and Thunder Show. That was Porphyra, and the song "Shine." I like that. Let's go ahead and get them on. How's it going, man?
Hey guys, what's going on? Excellent. Hi Will. Hi Thunder. Hi Christiana.
How are you doing tonight, man? Welcome on in, man.
Thank you. This is Billy Chrysalis from Porphyra from New York City, not Minnesota, but
big fan.
Thank you for that great intro, though, guys. Glad you like "Shine," one of our first singles.
Actually,
the video is awesome.
Actually, that was awesome right there. And one thing I really liked about that song right there, the music is awesome right there, but the vocals right there, I love the cadence of the vocals right there, how it ran with the music right there. That was awesome to me, right? I could just feel it. And the combination there, the way it ran together was awesome right there.
Right there. Man, you're hearing the great vocals of Chandler Mogul. He's our best kept secret. He sings with Outloud in Greece, some other bands, Chaos. Yeah, he's our firing power.
So you guys are out of New York right now?
We're out of New York.
What part of New York are you guys in?
We're a little bit all over the place, but mostly from Queens, and a few members are from, I guess, New Jersey as well, but mostly New York-based, Queens.
All right, so New York City-based.
Yes, New York City, exactly. Exactly.
Very cool, man. Very cool.
Thank you, brother. We got the new album is called Faith, Struggle, Victory. Got 9 killer tracks. Some very melodic. There's a lot of melodic singing, good guitar playing, drums, all that stuff. But we have some Greek elements, some progressive elements, some ethnic, a little bit of everything, some hard rock elements. So something there for all listeners, I guess, for rock, electric.
Yeah. I was reading you guys a little earlier, and it said that you guys, especially in the history of things right here, which one of our favorite bands, back in the day was Iron Maiden, who, could tell stories to their music. And you guys love doing that right there. I also read that you guys have a song, about like a lone cosmonaut in space and everything, which is kind of interesting to me right there, to hear that story, the one-sided of here I am right here, and I'm above the world, and the view of that. I mean, that's kind of a great concept, great idea on how to, kind of put a song together there, because no one here that is walking around can understand that, but you give an idea on your fantasy level on that. It's pretty cool too.
Yeah, that's it's like a 2-part saga. The Last Cosmonaut. It's about a female cosmonaut that's about to try to get back home to Earth after she's all alone, and it's sort of the second part of a saga. The first part is Dream Killer. It's about Spartan cyborgs in space fighting an evil Harpy Queen, like from the ancient past. And these are the cosmonauts, and she's one of those Spartans, I guess, sort of from space, from the future, trying to go back to Earth.
So it's kind of like Ground Control to Comrade Tom.
Sort of, yeah. And then that one features great female vocals of Karen Sabotaro, another New York City singer, worked on the album. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, you guys are just meeting Billy right now for the first time, but Billy and I have been for a long time because I know him from his previous band, Phoenix Rain, and that's what I've always loved about your music is that you incorporate these stories into your music, and you use an opportunity to take your lyrics to this place where this landscape unfolds in front of the listener's mind. That you take us on a trip through these things that you allow us to see these things that you're writing about, and I think that's just really cool.
Thank you, Christiana. I appreciate all your help too at Sonic Cathedral from the past.
No problem.
Sort of more or less, became Porphyra. It's a new band, but it's that same idea. We just took it to another level, And I wanted to do more of that stuff with history and mythology and sci-fi and a little sexy edge, and mix it in. And now I have more control, and I think that's what you hear in the album now. It's Phoenix Rain squared.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love the new stuff. It's great. And just it definitely gets one of my picks as one of my favorite albums that came out this year. And I have a lot of them, but you made the list. Yay!
So much. That means a lot.
No problem. So,
well, I was reading I was reading the meaning behind the name of the band had to do with a special place in Greece, the Room of Purple, or the Purple Room right there. Explain to me a little more on the ideas of the name and what it means, and how it applies to you guys.
I set myself up with that one, so I always have to explain it. Porphyra is the royal purple chamber in Constantinople, where all the emperors and empresses were crowned. So when you were crowned in the purple royal chamber, that's the only place you would be legitimately called an emperor of the Byzantine, the Roman Empire of Constantinople. So basically, then you're called the Porphyrogenitos, born of the royal purple, and that went into the rest of Europe, and that's a regal color. It starts from there. It was the purple marble from this special chamber, and then also seaweed from that region that dyes the silk. It's a very special name, Porphyra. It's like a royal purple, dark red, and that was the purple chamber where the emperors used to be crowned in Constantinople. So yeah, it has a deep meaning. It's historical, which I liked, and I found something Greek that's not taken. So,
no, actually, I thought it was really cool right there. And something I was reading about it is that no children could be born somewhere or in the purple room, or go ahead.
Just an emperor or an empress, you had to be born in that chamber, and then founder, yeah. And in 988, which deals with Basil II, he is the Porphyrogenitos. It means he was born of the royal purple. And it kind of like ties in a little bit with 988 and all that stuff too. So the regal color.
You also learn a lot of Greek history in Billy's music. You learn a lot about ancient Greek historical events, and I think that's great also because, I mean, despite popular opinion, a lot of metal music has a lot of educational stuff to it.
It does, absolutely.
Everyone outside the metal community thinks we're all just bumbling Neanderthals, but actually we're all quite educated people because we listen to a lot of music that talk about historical or scientific or mythological events and life, so we learn a lot about these things.
And a lot of the music comes, honestly, especially the melodic music or the metal music of our time, where the storytelling parts of it, it goes all the way back to Roman times or early man, how the generations have come to where they are, especially with, the hierarchy and all that. It's like a history lesson with good music to it.
That's true. History is very important. Mythology, Iron Maiden is one of the first bands that did it. It's in our DNA, and Zeppelin, and of course, and the Nightwishes and the Camelots and all that stuff, and Halloween.
It's absolutely. Now, the one thing that, kind of intrigues me, because I don't know a lot about Greek history, but you saying that, the color of prosperity and of the emperors and, the people of that nature born in this room is purple.
Yeah, that begins somewhere 8th century AD. It wasn't from the beginning of the Byzantine Empire, but it starts later on to become that became the royal color. And a lot of religions and higher powers, especially of that time, or even further back, purple is a color of power. Yes, it was very hard. It was hard to make. Then you couldn't make it artificially, so it was very a sought after color. The silks and all that stuff. It was very hard, usually from either the seaweed from this region, the silkworms from China. It was a coveted color, yes, and only the aristocracy most likely had it until later on, and when it became more popular.
Even in the Christian religion, they talk about the purple shrouds that were, on Jesus, and it's to me, like me and you today, we can go buy a purple shirt anywhere, and it's not that important. But as you said right there, it took certain things at that point in time to make things that color, and I guess that's why it was as important then. But I just find it kind of interesting right there. And that's something that a lot of people don't know right there.
Yeah, it was a very rare color, and everybody likes purple. You like that dark red. You couldn't just make it. Nature didn't make it. You had to have something that you would dye it with. So it was either the silks or the sea or some kind of a rock. Yeah, definitely.
Or certain plants had to grow in certain regions to make the purple color.
Right. To get that
Great.
hue, that way. And all right, we'll get off that real quick. But I just thought it was kind of a cool concept there that we were talking about there, and it kind of struck me. Anyway, about the music, man, you guys, I mean, honestly, man, that song was awesome. As I said, especially with your singer right there, the way his cadence is. A lot of music you have, and it doesn't sit laden in the background, don't get me wrong here, but the vocalists will lay their vocals how they feel to the song. Right there, that song, I really felt that he was as much of a instrument with the time of the music as his vocals were, right there, the way he laid them down on there. And I really enjoyed that because I could feel him with the song the whole way through, and that's awesome.
Yeah, we wanted definitely the vocals to be another instrument. You nailed it right on the spot. That's exactly how we felt this album taken in the direction. The solos and other things, but definitely the vocals were another instrument like the guitar. It was an emotional instrument that spoke, and Chandler did an amazing job. Plus our engineer Ethan Bill, and the rest of the band, Frank Pace, drummer, Mike Savas. We did the meat and potatoes, but we definitely brought out the melody in every tune, and definitely we wanted the vocals to shine above a lot of things, because that's kind of we thought we liked and it was missing sometimes, from new music.
And you guys are already getting a buzz. This is your first album, right, as Porphyra?
Yeah,
right.
Porphyra, but yes, this is the this is the first album. It's the debut, and it's definitely getting buzz. The word is spreading slowly.
Yeah, you guys are already opening up for Anvil. I mean, that's great. That's huge.
It is. It's pretty cool. Although unfortunately, I just heard Anvil, something happened. They were double booked or something. They're not gonna make the show.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Well, guess what? You guys have enough talent to carry that show anyway.
Yeah, I think we do. Although we love those guys, but they're so far away, it was impossible for them to come. And we're just gonna carry on with the other bands and do an awesome show, So we got to even make sense.
Well, let me tell you, we have magical powers. This show has magical powers that we make superstars out of our guests. So one of these days, after you do our show and you guys are Anvil is opening for you guys, they're going to regret this minor mistake of theirs.
And what we'll do is we'll be generous enough to let Anvil on the show and talk about opening up for Porphyra. And we'll be like, hey, you remember that time? And we'll be like, hey, you guys are great. Yeah, the music's awesome. But you remember that time that you guys had to cancel on was it? Oh, yeah, you're opening for them. Never mind. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, you guys have some other cool stuff going on, though, right?
Oh, no, you're playing with them tomorrow. That's fine. No, do you have fun? I hope they don't blow you out of the water after you're done playing, because, they're coming on after you.
I know.
Hey, leave Anvil alone. They were one of those.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It was a joke. But it would be cool if that happened.
Yeah, it would. I would find that very funny. But you guys have got some other cool stuff going on, right? I mean, you just announced a show. You guys are doing a show at Carnegie Hall. Is that? Am I right, or am I getting the?
We are in talks planning a big production in Carnegie Hall with an amazing director team, Leonidas Mestikia Loizidis. They do ancient Greek tragedies, and we teamed up with them to put the album live on stage with in a belly dancing production company, Dana Stevens Shajari dance group. So we're gonna have a lot of elements: acting, belly dancing, of course the metal. It's gonna have a lot of. That's what
your music is so theatric. I would love to see that. Do you think you guys have? I mean, obviously it's too soon to tell, but do you think you guys might consider putting that on a DVD or something like that, or?
Yeah, if all goes well, and that's exactly what we want to do, and hopefully make it into a long-term thing, That's the perfect long-term project. That's what we want to do.
Carnegie Hall, man, that's a spot right there, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
That's something to be proud of. I actually know somebody who has performed there.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. we were talking about earlier in our show.
Oh.
My uncle is a musician as well, and he wrote a symphony, and an orchestra played his symphony at Carnegie Hall.
Oh, awesome!
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean,
nobody got stabbed, did they?
Well,
still, I didn't hear it because we had a production meeting. Actually, that's why I'm calling from the car now with everybody.
Oh.
My uncle was in a band back in the '60s called Blood, Sweat, and Tears. One of our stories we were talking about earlier was about one of their concerts in the '80s where 7 people got stabbed.
Oh.
So that he's trying to bust my balls right here and hope that nobody got stabbed at Carnegie Hall. No, it was a symphony. They might have thrown glasses at each other and beat themselves with their bow ties, but no, there was no stabbing. All right, Cupcake.
Well, you wouldn't think that anybody would get stabbed at a Blood, Sweat, and Tears concert.
You played the wrong note.
No, I wouldn't think so either. Oh. Really?
Yeah, you played the wrong note.
Will. If you didn't realize this is a radio show, we're trying to do an interview, you don't have to bust my balls. Let's talk to this guy right here on the radio. He's in a band right here. He'd like to talk about it a little bit.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah?
Break it up.
I apologize.
Don't make me get the whips out.
Please? I mean, don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
You are the lady in black, right?
Right, but no. No whips for you.
Guys, definitely
different lady. I'm sorry. All right. Now let's get back to the music here. I apologize.
No, nothing. I'm saying it's like almost like an orchestra. We have so many instruments live. We're bringing in more of the stuff on the album. We have percussions. We have bouzouki, dzura. We have violins again. So it's basically an orchestra. So it's hard to play in smaller places. So it's a natural progression. That's going to be something more musical, more bigger production, and hopefully we'll be. It's going to be in Carnegie soon. We'll be able to tell you more information eventually. And,
that would be killer.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to tell me how that. When you guys got that show booked, I mean, how long did it take to sink in? Like, whoa, wait a minute, that's Carnegie Hall.
Hey, it takes a while. It takes a while. It's still sinking in.
Yeah, it's probably one of those things where you won't believe it until you're actually there doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
You have that moment. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But then that's actually you'll be able to see the epics and all that stuff more visually, But we're also making a few music videos. We had the first one for Shine with an aerialist, DJ Angelo Pandelis. He's a wonderful aerialist. We have No Fear coming up with MMA fighters that we work with, and also that have given us sanctioned footage from Greece and from America, like champs and stuff. So you're gonna see an MMA video for No Fear, our second upcoming single. And
we should have played that one.
Yeah.
Coming up, all right. And also it's gonna be probably a lingerie special too. We have like 2 videos out of that song. So.
Thunder's like booking a ticket to New York right now.
Actually, hold on now. Stop, Dance. I do like lingerie, but I also have ties. Look, honestly, I have ties to MMA as well.
If you're into that,
you're booking a ticket right now.
I actually, honestly, no, that's awesome because I actually have another family member who's big in the MMA.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of the Gracies?
Of course.
I think everybody has.
Okay.
Okay. Is a fighter, Mike Savas. He's
Yes.
We've been we know of that place. It's awesome. The Gracies.
Now, my wife's uncle.
Yes.
Has been trained by Alonzo, and Alonzo Gracie's a good friend of his, and he that's what he does for a living. He trains MMA. He trained with the Gracies. He was a special forces in the military, and he also was a guard for President Reagan, and learned MMA through the Gracies. I will not let him go. Oh yeah, no. I mean, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from Alonzo's been at my house.
Nice.
and look, his name is Brett Bishop, or Max Bishop. You can look him up online, and I will not let him behind me at Christmas or Thanksgiving because he will choke you out in a heartbeat joking around. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding you. He
We
lives
have to
in.
have him on the show just to keep you two in
Oh,
line.
look, dude, seriously, my brother-in-law who works out constantly, who's a musclehead. As soon as Max comes around, we call him Brett, but he goes by Max, around everybody else. As soon as he comes around, this musclehead turns into the biggest girl you ever find, and he will turn around and keep moving around. Like, I'm not letting him get around me. He's something, man. And funniest thing, when I first married my wife, I had a son that was 5 years old. They're on the floor at Christmas wrestling. Now, I know he's an MMA instructor that worked with the Gracies. I know who the Gracies. I've been watching this since Tank Abbott and all that, back in the day. Mm-hmm. My son's wrestling with him, and he's throwing my son around, and my son finally gets mad at he's 5 years old, gets him and goes, why don't you pick on someone your own size like my dad? And I looked at my son and I said, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. I went and locked myself in the car.
He threw you under the bus.
No, this guy, look, seriously. Look, I'm a tough guy. Look, I mean, I'm not really big. I'm 5'6". I weigh 200 pounds. And if you want to wrestle, I can wrestle with you if you were a normal man. But if you are a trained MMA fighter who knows how to grab a leg and twist it to ways that don't look right and make me look like a pretzel, I know who you are, and I'm not getting near you. And my 5-year-old son, my 5-year-old son tried to get my ass whooped, and I was not happy about it.
Is this the
True
same
story.
son that
True
ran
story.
out in the middle of the street? Thunder, is that the same son that ran out in the middle of the street that time you were talking about your kid running out in the middle of the street?
Yeah. That's my youngest one. He's 11.
He likes to fuck with you.
Look, I'm telling you, he is going to be the death of me. And if he makes it to 18, he'll probably stab me or something and just laugh about it. No, not really.
Because you're a bass
anyway.
player.
What is so wrong with being a bass player?
They get stabbed. It's just, I didn't make the rules.
Nobody told me the rules when I was 15. I'm like, I'm going to start playing bass.
I just learned them last week from Jerry Lee Lewis. So
the bass is kill the girls, right? Wink, wink.
Oh, my goodness. Really? Anyway, so now, look, no matter where I go, I've got an uncle who knows MMA. He's going to choke me out and kill me. My 11-year-old son, he's already thinking about it, how he's going to get rid of me. And I've got everybody
on a daily basis.
And now on the radio, I'm just telling everybody else I'm a bass player, so they want to come kill me. I don't know what I'm going to do right here.
Well,
I'm done like dinner.
You've got your axe. Why don't you swing it a little bit? Come on, self-defense.
I swing my axe as many times as I can.
Get a couple more strings on the bass. That will solve everything. Make it look like
we were just talking about
that
earlier.
I said that earlier. I did. I said that earlier. What do I got to do? Put 2 more strings on my bass so I'm cool again? That is horrible that you said that. Thanks for being on the show. And, Chris and Will, if I'm not on the show next week, it's because I'm with my therapist.
Well, we're not paying for that next week. You're going to have to do that. You're going to have to do it out of your own pocket that time.
I'll check myself into one of them brick buildings. I mean, they're all over over here where I live. They're here, little crazy houses. But anyway,
that's great. I didn't know you guys were into MMA, so that's definitely something to look forward to. I mean, we work with the top championship Muay Thai organization in Greece, No Limits, with MMA from Peter, Tony Christodoulou, Tom Gallo Tactics, with black belts for Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the Greek martial art Pankration, that's one of the original martial arts. So we include all that in our video, stick fighting.
Right. The Bellator over here, the Bellator?
Yeah, some of these guys fight for Bellator too, yeah.
Okay, well, that's what he does. He's training a couple guys that are fighting a Bellator.
Awesome. That's awesome. Sweet. So
yeah.
When the video comes out, make sure you show him.
I absolutely, I will.
You should get some of these guys to come down there and be in the video.
Absolutely.
That would be cool.
We had a guest on a while back called Mongrel, and they did this video with a bunch of with like wrestlers, and where they're actually in the ring with their equipment, and their singer is female, and she toward the end of the song, she actually clotheslines one of the wrestlers.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. I need to do that video now.
And there's something that's a little difference between the wrestling they were doing versus what we're talking right now. But anyway, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I tried to mix wrestling, and like all my MMA guys almost killed me. Like, no, you can't mix that. I'm like, okay, that's gonna be all the wrestlers and our underground wrestling, all that. You can't mix the two, unfortunately. WWE and all that is separate.
Exactly.
I love that stuff too. It's all good.
But I'll tell you, some of the best real wrestling I've ever seen is between two guys who argue that WWE wrestling is real and is not. That's when the real wrestling really happens.
Oh, that's the most fun.
Oh, it is. This is real. Feel this. And he body slams a guy right on the ground. I'm like, oh, there's usually springs underneath that. There's no springs under that grass right there. You just broke his back. Good job, buddy. Somebody call an ambulance. Shouldn't have been drinking Jack Daniels.
That's my favorite. As a wrestling fan, I love it when people come up to you. That's not real, right? Like, yeah, I think we got the message. We totally got that memo back in the 80s. Thanks for reminding us.
Exactly.
We're just that dumb that we didn't know.
It's like, listen, man, here's $10. Actually, you know what? Here's $100. I want you to go to the movie theater, and every showing I want you to run in there and scream to them, "That's not real," and run out.
I say that to them too. Anybody who comes to me.
Really? I thought George Clooney and Sandra Bullock were lost in space for real.
Right,
I was going to call NASA.
Yeah, I often have said that to people. Yeah, that movie you just watched last week that you paid $15 for? That's not real either. They're not really those people.
Exactly.
So, you want to look down at me for watching wrestling, then, let's throw down.
I mean, hey, look, I have no...
Stone Cold would kick your ass regardless if it's real or not.
Exactly.
Or Hogan.
That's right, And look, I understand that these guys are badass right here. You WWE, look here. Anyone if somebody just came in here right now and tried to body slam me, I'm going to say that's going to hurt right there. And I'm not going to call you not an athlete, but is it staged a little bit? Yeah. That's fine. I'm not going to say it's not real, whatever you want to call it. But, look, I still don't want you to whoop my ass, period.
Yeah,
but real quick, I have to intervene real quick. Will, I just sent you the correct single, the one that Billy was just talking about. I sent that to you. So if you want to play that on the show, it's there in your mailbox.
Okay.
So, okay, sorry about that.
Anyway, now I have I know about ass whipping and... Speaking of
technical difficulties, we like to ask our guests. We like to ask our guests about about various Spinal Tap moments, because every band has them, and they're all really funny to hear about. Like I don't know, you might have fallen off the stage or had your had your pleather pants rip open. And you're just hanging out for all the world to see, or whatever, whatever, or maybe a bass player spontaneously combusts or something,
or maybe somebody mistakenly said you were from Minnesota when you're really from New York.
Something
like that.
Really, hold on. I have a question here. Hold on. We have to stop for a second right here. Everything has to stop because obviously this is not the real world. Because I just heard somebody bust on somebody, and I wasn't involved.
It happens. It's not always the bass player.
We're there.
Okay, if you don't hear me for a second, I'm doing my victory dance over here. I feel like the guy off that new Geico commercial that gets lunch meat, where he's dancing. That's me right here. I'm getting lunch meat today.
You're doing the icky shuffle.
Get some cold cuts.
That's right. 44. That's me. That's me. Anyway, all right, I'm done.
We are the champions of soundbite.
No.
I think we have probably a couple stories.
All right. Billy, I'm really sorry about all this. I'm sorry that we involved you into our crazy family here. But now that you're a part of our family, do you love us?
Of course. I love you guys. You guys rock, man.
He's used to my crazy. He's known me for a long time, so it's like, this is nothing new. So.
Oh, then you're already a part of this mess. You're already, all right, okay. If you love her, then you'll love us.
You guys are a little bit, but, you know.
Well, anyway.
Okay.
But
anyway, Billy, hold on. Give me a second here.
Please go to 11.
You can't interrupt that.
Final tap, a second. What's wrong with being sexy? He died. He died in a bizarre gardening accident. Thousands of people spontaneously combust each year.
Hello, Cleveland! Hello, Cleveland!
Okay. Welcome back in. And hold on. Are you there, Will?
I'm here.
Okay. Now listen. As any Red Bull musician, obviously you've seen the movie Spinal Tap.
Of course.
All right. So before we turn it up to 11 here, you guys who've been together and with your previous bands, could you enlighten us on some of your Spinal Tap moments?
The funniest thing is there's simple things like either I accidentally stab the singer with my fancy guitars, you know, if it's like a flying V or something, or I'm doing a solo and I press the distortion. Never get back to the acoustic. I'm soloing and playing guitar. Like, why is it so low? And
what the hell are you doing, Thunder? You scraping out your freezer or something?
What are you doing?
Do what?
The hell is that noise?
The drummer, Frank Pace, he might have a quick story.
Oh, your drummer's there. Okay, cool.
Yeah. How you guys doing, actually? Will and Thunder, how you guys doing? And Cristiano Sky, right?
Hey, what's up?
How you guys doing? What's your
Pretty
story?
Doing all right?
We're doing fantastic, man.
Very cool, very cool.
Welcome on into the show, man. How are you doing, man?
Doing okay. I'm trying to take this role in here. Yeah,
you got a Spinal Tap moment for us?
I'm sorry?
You got a Spinal Tap moment for us?
Yeah, I would say one of the performances we did in New York, actually, I don't know, everything that, like, the sound, like, kind of just went out, like, we weren't really mixed correctly, and, like, the singer was, like, she was, like, screaming, like, on the top of, like, nobody can hear anybody, and it was just, like at the wrong time. But then I think eventually we had all gotten together, and we were able to get things to think again, but that was a real eye for that type of thing anyway, so.
That's
we
cool.
all started different times.
Yeah, we all
started
at
cool when it happened, but
yeah, different tempo, different times, and yeah, just kind of a train wreck.
Hey, Chris, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Hold on, real quick. Chris and Will, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You guys better be nice to this guy. You hear his accent right there?
Yes.
If you're not nice to him, you find yourself somewhere else. You'll be swimming with the fishes right there. You got that accent right there, buddy. No, seriously. Hey, that's straight. No, look, that's straight New York right there.
I tell you this, Thunder. I've got a chance to tell you this, Thunder, but it's an honest-to-God fact. Actually, my family is very distantly related to the Gaudis, so all I have to do is make a phone call, and, you know.
Hey, look. I'm from New York, too, man. I'm just from upstate right there.
I'm not from New York, but.
Yeah, what'd you just say? Come on now. You didn't just say that I'm not really from New York because I was born upstate?
That's not what I said.
Oh,
no,
you just hurt my feelings right
there. I said that.
I know, Chris. Come on now.
But I'm not. I'm not from New York. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, yeah, your connection to the guy. I apologize. I'm not going to say nothing to you ever again.
I said my family is distantly related to them by marriage, so you know it was more of a joke that I can make a phone call. And
I know. I'm just playing with you right there. I know. I was born in New York.
Well, I think you have to be from Jersey though if you're a Gotti.
Not necessarily.
No,
not necessarily.
Not New Jersey. Okay.
Howard Beach, Brooklyn, or yeah, Long Island. That
okay.
That sort of thing.
Very nice. Well, I wanted to. I don't want to forget to plug into the website too. PorphyraBand.com. For the listeners, PORPHYRA RPHYRABAND.com. Here are the videos. Do you guys know we were actually the largest newspapers in Greece and the newspapers, Espresso? So we're making some headways across the pond. And
are you touring in Europe? Are you touring out there? Or?
We're planning hopefully in the summer do some stuff in Europe. That's the goal. So, right now it's East
awesome.
Coast. Trying December.
Thunder. Thunder.
Yeah.
I really hate to bust your balls, but are you watching porn over there? Because you're breathing kind of heavy.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. I just went and looked outside. Actually, no. I mean, there's a storm that just dropped down out here right outside of my house, but I don't know if you're getting. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about right here.
You can watch porn after the show.
But it's so much fun doing it while I'm watching a show. No. Actually, no.
We all agreed that we don't get to watch porn.
Fuck these rules.
The show.
Why do we have to have so many parameters, man? Really? All I got to do is talk. I'm just kidding.
It's funny
because it's a scientific fact that you cannot talk and watch porn at the same time.
And use both brains at the same time. That's true, yes.
I don't know if I have one, really. I mean, I make it through life all right. I never know if I'm thinking or not, but anyway.
You must be just poor Thunder. He hasn't been the same since the alien abduction.
Yeah, I never will again. I'll never be that way again.
Well,
let's watch porn. We recently opened up for the Bullet Boys, one of the nice sleazy LA bands, the glam rock stuff.
Oh no! Now you just got Will started. Oh no!
No! Stop it now, Will! Don't say a word.
Smooth Up India. That's a classic.
No, they are. They're fantastic, man.
I'm gonna have to hold you back, Will.
Well, got it, man.
Will. Oh, hold up. Will.
Where'd he go?
We have Will.
I'm here.
There's a reason. We know why they weren't here.
They were in New York.
Yeah, they were supposed to do our show, weren't they? Or
yes.
That's what happened.
And we gave them a specific night. We gave them a night. I think it was like a Thursday or a Friday or something like that. And they they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna be there and blah blah blah. So, and we do this night just to accommodate them, their schedule, and they didn't show.
They were playing with them that night. That's what happened. They had a better gig.
They're gonna be opening up for you guys too. It's gonna be Anvil and Bullet Boys opening up for you guys for Porphyra in the near future. We see the future.
We're building up on.
Honestly,
we can make it happen. We're magical that way.
I hope so.
That's okay because the Bullet Boys lost. It's the Bullet Boys loss. I mean, I just booked the Killer Dwarves for December, so it's all good.
Yeah, well, with every door that closes, a window opens, and we've got so many awesome bands, including our guests this evening. So it totally made up for it.
That's awesome.
So I think that we win. We win.
Anyway, let's.
That's right.
Chris,
so
why don't we let our guests talk? We're just going on tangents here. They're sitting there going, God, these douchebags won't let us talk.
Well, I was right there to ask a question to them and let them speak.
Okay.
So, what are you guys doing next? When's your next gig? What are you guys doing the next couple of days?
On Sunday, we are actually the one with Anvil. We're playing. We're still playing. Sunday at the Blackthorn 51 Club in Queens in New York City. That's our next big show. We're gonna have two powerhouse singers. Our regular one, Chandler Mogul, and we have a guest singer, Elaine Tuttle. She's like an amazing metal female singer, like all around girl, like similar to the one from our album. So we're gonna have her debut with us. And a few other guest musicians on board, Mike Greiner and Eric Ortiz. They're gonna, we're trying out some other musicians that are gonna play with us as well. So It's just going to be really cool. So Sunday at 8 o'clock at Blackthorn in New York City. That's where we're going to be at with some other great acts. Even if Anvil's not there, we're going to be there and, going to play more songs.
I like you guys better than Anvil anyway.
Absolutely.
And you guys can keep abreast with what we do. You know, we have the YouTube Porphyra official channel on YouTube. We have the Facebook Porphyra, that's Porphyra. Of course, the website's porphyraband.com. You know, sound bites, news, videos, all that stuff. All the info's on the website, porphyraband.com. Everything is there, so the listeners can see what we're going to be up to. That's it. The album is called Faith Struggle Victory. It's 9 killer tracks. We got epics, we got love songs, we got funk songs, we have sci-fi songs. You name it. There's beautiful art which I designed personally. The cover, the artwork. I think it makes it worth buying it. You're gonna get a lot of beautiful art in the CD with the lyrics, and you're gonna read the hits a little bit behind too. So I suggest people that they buy the physical CD. If you want, you know, a collector and you're a metalhead, you'll definitely want to have that. It's like style like our Maiden and all that kind of art, which is something you'd want to have.
Yeah, the artwork's actually really killer.
It actually is. I was going to just talk about that right there. You did the whole artwork right there, that whole scene right there.
Yeah, man.
The epic scene. I mean, coming to the throne right there. That was your artwork?
That's all my artwork, my models, mixed media. It's all my stuff. Yes, designed every little brick in that thing. So
let me tell you what. That was unbelievable right there. Did you do that? Well, obviously you did some digital right there, but did you do it all digitally or?
It's a digital. It's photography, my photography, and my art, and digital. So it's like mixed media. It's a little bit of everything. You know, rendering.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah, it's the first time you actually see the Emperor, Basil II, the Booger Slayer, the Porphyrogenitus, the one that's from the Epics, 988. It's the first one I made him digitized and realistic. You might have seen him from the Osprey history magazines and stuff like that.
Right.
Connolly, he was the famous artist that had drawn him in the medieval manuscripts, but I fleshed him out. So it's something you're not going to find anywhere else. That's why it took me 9 months, longer than the whole music. But now we have a lot of material, and there's a lot of things like where's Waldo, where's little things in there you can look for. A lot of historical little pieces, mythology, emblems, symbols. If you buy the poster, you'll be able to see things better. Like nice 11 by 17 posters too. Get to experience the art better, and also inside the booklet too, there's a lot of cool things. So the sci-fi.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, I mean, I just saw that one art piece, you know, when I was checking you guys out online right there, and that art piece, and I saw some close-ups and some, you know, far aways, you know, the whole album cover, and then, you know, showed some close-ups right there. And I like how you mix the images together right there. You know, the faces actually, I mean, it was really good on the Photoshop end of it right there, putting the faces into somebody's things. If they were in costume and you did it, it would have been one thing, but it was well put together.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very much.
On top of that right there, I noticed I was going through, you know, looked at images of your band right there, and you guys ran a money-making thing to try and get your album together.
A Kickstarter.
Yes, we had
it was a Kickstarter right there. Now, I saw a couple pictures on your Kickstarter that were really, really cool right there.
Right there?
You guys, and I don't know what the idea was right there, how you guys came across it, but it worked out for you. But tell me about that Kickstarter program and with the girls that were a part of it.
Yeah, they were our models, which are also going to be shown in the upcoming music videos, No Fear and the Porphyra. They've been around for a while, the Porphyra models, the girls. The Kickstarter was very successful. We raised about $10,000, so we were able to push the music and finally get it printed. So we did pretty well. And it's another venue. People get to know us now from that kind of crowdfunding, the crowdfunding
aspect
world.
Or what so have you.
Yeah, Aspect has helped us, and now we're actually going to be debuting in Crowd Zoo, It's another crowdfunding website, which is going to help us with some of the following costs. Print shirts. We still don't have shirts. Print some other things and start the small tour. So, that's why be on the lookout in the next week or so. We're going to debut on CrowdZoo. And whoever can help, they can help with that. And they're going to get a lot of nice perks like everybody did in Kickstarter. From lessons to the art, the posters, so many things. We try to do different perks for our sponsors. So,
yeah, absolutely. We just opened our Facebook page, and we've got you on there. So any news that you guys have, we'll be sure to post it, too, so our fans can see it as well and keep up with what you guys are up to and things like that.
That's great. We
now,
appreciate it.
I have a question here. Will, you still there?
Yep.
We should have another song, don't we?
Yep.
Yeah, because we're getting ready to end the...
Exactly. We got about 15 minutes left in the show right now, and I would love to hear a little more musically from you guys. And how would we play another song from you guys?
Great.
What do you want to do? Want to do Porphyra? Which one do you want to do?
Well, Chris just sent me.
Well, I sent you the second single, so do you want to just do Rise Up right now and while you're uploading the other one?
Yeah.
I've got no fear. I have no fear.
Oh, okay. Whatever one you want to do.
Why don't we start with No Fear right here? Then we can come back and talk for a few more minutes, and then maybe right before we leave, we'll play one more song, then say our goodbyes real quick. And why don't we just play some more music from these guys right here? Because that's a true voice right there. We've got to know these guys pretty well. They awesome guys right here. By the way, you guys. Thank you for being on the show. But I'd like to hear some music, man, and that's what this is about right here. Let's hear some music, and we'll come back, talk to you guys for a minute, and play another song, and then we'll go from there.
Thank you so much.
This is.
All right, well, hang on, guys, and we're going to play a song from you guys real quick. Go ahead, Will.
This is No Fear right here on the Will and Thunder Show. We'll be right back.
Right now.
Feel the pain and things it kills through my veins. Spinning circles with your lies. In the ring I come alive. Crashing belts on waves. The look of terror on your face. Light the fire burning by. Take your name. Show no fear. You take the challenge. Winners live to tell the tale.
Hi, welcome back to the Will and Thunder Show. That was our guest, Porphyra. Did I say it right?
That's it. Yep, that's perfect. Porphyra.
Awesome. And that was an awesome song. No
That,
fear.
to be honest with you,
kind of had a classic vibe to it.
It did.
Kind of had like a Triumph vibe to it or something. Rick Emmett.
Oh, wow.
That is by far one of the favorite songs I've ever heard on this show.
Wow. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
That right there, look, that'll be in my car tomorrow. And windows open, wide open, as loud as the stereo go, and that's ridiculous good.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. It means a lot. That's great. And these are all kind of hard rock songs, so that's what I said. You have a little bit for everything. You want the epics, we got the epics. You want the hard rock. I always believed with the guys here that even from back in the day with Phoenix Rain, you need to have a nice healthy mix of hard rock with metal. And I have met Ross the Boss a few times because he lives in New York. And when I spoke to him about the early Manowar albums, I'm like, I like the early Manowar albums. They had a lot of the hard rock vibe too, and then the super epics. And I wanted to replicate that because I think it's a nice healthy mix and it's fun for everyone. So I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I like that about your music too, because it's not just metal or not just epic metal or not just one style. It's different, something different throughout the whole thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you guys said you have a little punk. Go ahead, Will. I'm sorry, buddy. Look, man, we've been stepping on you all night.
Yeah. I got a announcement I have to make, I have to do about this time every show. Those of you listening, the show's going to go away in about 5 minutes, but we're still doing it, and we're just starting the overtime segment, which isn't aired, but it's recording, and it will be up on YouTube within the next couple of days. So just got to get that out of the way. So don't think that we're having a Spinal Tap moment when all of a sudden the show cuts off. But you'll be able to hear the rest of it in a day or two on YouTube.
Yeah. So all the Porphyra fans out there listening, you will be able to catch up on what we continue on. We're going to continue this discussion. You're just not going to hear any of it after 9 o'clock or midnight their time. And the rest of it you'll be able to catch up on YouTube in the next day or so.
Perfect.
Yep.
Well, anyway, guys, I just want to tell you right now, I'm sorry, Will. Let me say one thing, and I'm going to let you talk for the next 30 minutes because I have you kind of been sitting in the background, and I apologize for that. Chris and I have just been going off, and I apologize. But anyway, honestly, out of the two songs right there, both of them are as good as the next one. As I said in the first song, the cadence of the singer right there, and that was more of a metal sound. This was more of, as you said, like just a genuine like rock song right there. Both of them are as good as the other one right there. And this is one thing that I could put on my phone or put on my MP3, and I'm going to share this with everybody I know, right? Because this is great music right here. You guys are so talented, and the tightness of the music right there is unbelievable. You guys are actually phenomenal, and I really appreciate this. We've had a lot of bands on here, and there's a lot of music that I've heard that I love. This is definitely one of those moments right here where it's I'm pleasantly surprised. I haven't heard a lot of your stuff, and what I've heard so far is just fantastic.
Right
Thank
there.
you so much. Thank you.
That means a lot, man. That's really awesome of you guys. That's really, really awesome.
All right, Will, and I'm going to shut up now for a while, and I'm going to let you talk.
Okay, I'm going to come up with a little ping sound effect. I'm going to play it every time you say right there.
Go ahead and do what you have to do. And I'll do it every time you go,
You guys should be nice. Play nice.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, for you guys.
Yeah, believe it or not, this is nice. Anyway, seriously, I called myself out and said that I've talked too much tonight, and I apologize. And I'm giving you the floor right now. And now you're telling me how you're going to ping me? All right, I'll just shut up. Just a bass player anyway. Fucker.
Oh, damn.
And now that you started talking, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to buy 2 strings tomorrow. And I don't care where I put them on a bass guitar. I don't care if they hang off the fucking guitar strap or whatever. I'm going to have 6 strings, and you'll have to fucking respect me, you mother son of a... Anyway. All right. Now back to the interview. So what did you have to say to the band? Make it good.
Well...
Welcome to our show.
That says it all, man.
So how long has the band been together?
Porphyra has been together since 2013.
Okay.
Damn. This is a situation from like Phoenix Rain from 1998. With Frank Pace, the drummer, we've been together since 2010 approximately. So. We've been in Chris Pilatos, the bassist from Phoenix Rain. We started this band too, so we kind of been together for a long time. With Chandler Mogul, the singer, would be officially 2013 when we started. And recording the Faith Struggle Victory album you're hearing right now.
So if he's from Greece and everything, how did you guys wind up getting him? Just out of curiosity.
It was funny. I'm Greek American. I'm from here, but I lived in Greece. But he's American. He plays for a Greek metal band out. They're a big AOR hard rock metal band, which is the sister band of Firewind. Like Bob Cationis, out loud, he's a co-guitarist, keyboardist. He's the guitarist of Ozzy Osbourne, and he's playing for the Greek. Lives in America. He's from Jersey, and then he's playing for a Greek American band that does the Greek stuff in New York.
Oh wow, cool.
He's a lower than me. So, we definitely want to give a shout out to Chandler Mogul. He's done a phenomenal job with this album. He's left an indelible mark, which we're happy and we're proud of. And we're gonna do bigger and better things and more production stuff, so we can bring this music to the mass. And the female vocals too. Karen Zapazaro did a great job. So it's really cool. We had some guests on the album as well. Anna Doc did some spoken word from Operatica, Element, another Greek friend, Christos Alexandrou, Richard Kuzami in percussion. We for no expense.
I'm interested to know how you guys got decided to do the aerialist or the acrobatic person on your last video. How did you decide to get in touch with her? How did that come about?
I love going to the Renaissance Festival up here in New York. We have a big Renaissance Festival, and every time I go, I get inspired of what to do next with the band and the music videos. So I've seen gymnasts do these the silks and the hoops, and I'm like, we got to do that for Shine. And then I looked up, and we had a mutual friend. She's a popular Greek American DJ, Angela Pandelis, and she's an aerialist. She's actually teaching aerial silk. So we got together to the mutual manager friend. And she loves to do it. She cross-promotes, we cross-promote, and that's how easy it happened. And she's a wonderful girl. She's actually somewhere in the Middle East now doing the aerials and DJing. And after, that was last year's Renaissance Fair. This summer's Renaissance Fair in Franklin, my fiance, Despina, and we saw, what was this, burlesque, belly dancing sort of troupe. I'm like, gotta get these fire breathers and the burlesque things for the next video for Porphyra. And lo and behold, we found from a mutual friend, our photographer, these amazing belly dancers from the Sposati dance group, and that's who we're gonna work with to do the rock opera as well. And contortionist, amazing Amy, the belly dancers, Peyton Lowe and Dennis Stevens. So for Porphyra, you're going to see belly dancers, you're going to see a lot of crazy stuff. It's going to be an upgrade from the MMA and the lingerie. So we got a lot.
You see, this is one thing that I really like about you guys. Not only are you guys 100% into the music aspect of what you're doing right now, and the music shows that, but you are definitely showmans right there. And you want to make the biggest, best show that you could ever throw out there. And I could see why you guys are going to the bigger venues and, Carnegie Hall right there, because you guys have more than just the music. And you said with the bands you've been before, you've already played with the orchestras right there. And usually bands that have been together for a time that are kind of in a lull will bring an orchestra in there to kind of enhance things.
You're right. Phoenix Rain, we played with Porphyry Symphony. We played with an orchestra twice. So we're definitely, not new to this. Yes. It is a natural next step.
and I can see this, as big as you guys are from New York, and you know how big Broadway is here. And this is even bigger than Broadway. This is something that's so big. And I hate to put it as a lame term as some of these shows like Disney on Ice that go through huge arenas that have these huge shows, but with what you're putting together right here, you're taking something that I love, which is pure metal and rock and roll music, and you're putting it into this show that's bigger than Broadway with the aerial acrobatics. I'm from right outside Orlando, Florida, and it's a big production area that I'm from, and they have Cirque du Soleil and things like that. But you're taking this whole aspect of, contortionists and aerial acrobatics and all these things and putting that to your music. You're doing it in the forefront right now instead of doing it at the maybe kind of curtail of the apex to try and keep it alive. You're doing it in the beginning, and I love that about that. Is you're going to come out here with a big punch in the face with, here's a production right here. This is what you do. I don't need laser lights. Here's what I'm going to do for you right here. It's going to be a bunch of people doing a lot of things, and you're going to have real music right here. And that's awesome to me. This is something that I definitely would pay to come see.
That's definitely what we want to hear, brother. That's exactly what we were hoping for.
Not only am I hearing these great musicians who've put out a great album, but on top of that, you're taking showmanship to a new level, in my opinion, right there. And that's what it takes, especially in this day and age where there's so much digital out there. If you take the digital out of it and put the human back into it, that's a great, great idea.
And so much of this music in this genre calls for that sort of production, but so few bands are able to pull it off either for financial reasons or logistical reasons. A lot of bands, it's just, why haven't you brought out the orchestra yet? Or why haven't you done this big stage show involving this album? And it's just a lot of the time we just can't do it because not all the elements are there, or we can't afford to do it.
Right. And I'm actually embarrassed about it because back in the day when I was, in a band and I was living in Orlando, my neighbors next to me worked for Cirque du Soleil. And they used to sit in the courtyard, and they had that big aluminum tube cube where they'd sit there and spin it, what so have you, and they were out there doing their things right there. I never once even considered talking to them saying, look, man, I'm in this band, we have this song, and, I have an idea. Why don't you come flip that cube around a little bit in a video for me? Why don't we change this up a little bit? And you guys have that idea right there, and that's all. I know how impressive it is to be that good of a musician and be that good of an artist, like your cover art. On top of that, you taking up another art form and throw it into your music on a stage show is unbelievable. It's as smart as you could be, and I'll tell you what, Gene Simmons couldn't even come up with that.
Funny you gotta say that. He's my inspiration too.
That's marketing right there.
We like busting his balls, Gene Simmons, every now and then.
Gene Simmons has not come up with Cirque du Soleil Kiss. And you guys are, you guys are doing that, but with better music. No, I'm not. I'm sorry. Look, But anyway, seriously, what you guys are doing right there really.
Kiss on Ice. Oh, my God.
Yeah, Kiss on Ice. That'd be fucking fantastic.
Kiss Ballet. Oh, no.
Look, please do not put that out there because I'd hate for those people who've spent all that time in their life learning how to actually do the with that ice skating, what do they call that?
Ice skating, yeah.
Ice skating.
No, they're not ice skating, but then when they do the spins and all that, they call it something. I can't even.
And stuff?
Yes. Can you imagine doing that with the dragon boots on? There'd be broken ankles and shit everywhere.
I would actually have to give it up for them at that point if they could pull it off. If
they can pull it off in a pair of Gene Simmons. Oh, look, if I could find one person that could do a triple axel off a Gene Simmons dragon boot skate, look, and I'm sorry, guys. I'd give them the money first, but I'd rather see you guys. I just wanted to see if they broke their ankle or not, but no, I'm just kidding. No, honestly, I think it's your guys' idea and what you guys are doing right here. Honestly, I can't wait to see you guys somewhere around the country because I'm going to come see that show right there. I guarantee you my money's there.
Yeah, I wish I could go to New York and see this show, honestly, because I'm all the way out here in California where, nobody ever comes to visit.
I swear I will come see that show. Done deal.
That's awesome. We'll definitely keep you updated, and hopefully we'll see you guys in your part of the woods sometime soon.
Absolutely.
Well, hopefully your next Kickstarter campaign will reap better results, and you guys can come out here for a visit. So that would be really cool.
Yeah, we'd love to give me a crowd zoo, actually. Not Kickstarter, the next one's going to be crowd zoo. So definitely, that's what we're gearing up for. But yeah, man, we got a lot of good things, and it's a lot of talented musicians, a lot of talented people that are helping us. And actually, I'm right here too with my director, Leonidas Loizidis. He's chilling in the car with us, and he's directing the rock opera. So we're privileged, and we're very happy that we met so many other nice artistic souls like us, that want to do something different, from the aerialists and the dancers and whatever have you. It's definitely we've been through so many years, and we've found a lot of good artists and musicians, and finally we're all taking it to the next level, and we want to make something artistically unique.
Well, you guys are on the mark right there, because I'm telling you, I've never heard a concept
and that's so cool too
like
when you
this.
can meet other artists that can help you realize your vision, that also share the same, because the music you can only do so much of. You can only paint the picture so much with just music. You need to have visual aids there to kind of push the story along, or push the whatever it is that you're trying to get across. And you need things like aerialists and orchestras or dancers to kind of to put that all together and show the listener what it is you're presenting to them. So I think it's cool when you can find other people in those mediums who get what you're doing and are on board, like, yeah, I want to do this, and this seems really cool, and I want to help. And it really helps everything gel together really nicely.
Well, Chris, I have a question for you. I have a question for you. Do you remember being a kid and, or not a kid, but, a teenager, and you could go to any of the colleges right there that had the little theaters right there, and and you could see Pink Floyd in the laser light show. Do you remember doing that?
Oh yeah, that's a huge thing.
You remember the Rocky Horror Picture Show, where you could go to an old theater where they'd actually act out the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I never saw those, but I know that they exist. In some areas down in LA, they still have those.
Actually, they're right here.
What this does, I'm sorry, go ahead.
They do it in New York City, I think, still in the Village, and a lot of the cinemas.
Yeah. As I said, I'm from Florida, and I remember doing these things. I remember going to the laser light show, the Pink Floyd, and I definitely remember, because I went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show 100 times. It was a good thing to do. And the guy would ride through the theater in the motorcycle, and I could see you guys. I mean, the music is fantastic, honestly. As I said, it's going in my MP3. I'm going to download as much as I can find from you guys right now, because the two songs I've heard tonight are amazing, and I'm going to get everything I can get from you guys. But I could see that style production on a huge level right there, and I love the direction you guys are taking us right here. And I just want to say thank you for, because this is refreshing to me. I would love to see a band start like that instead of end up like that.
That's awesome. That's
You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these bigger bands or some of these bands have ended up trying to revamp through doing a stage show like that. If you guys get out there and do that and bust people in the mouth and be like, look, here's who we are and this is how we do it. That's awesome, man. I think it would be huge in this day and age. With as much as we have the movie theaters we have with the, big, with those big screens. I'm showing my age right now. Titantrons, that and that's not the one I was looking for. Anyway, I'll stop before I said IMAX. Thank you.
IMAX, yeah, Sony IMAX. Yeah.
And seeing a show like that, if you guys had a show at Carnegie Hall, you could put that out in a heartbeat through the theaters right there. Beyond proportions, you wouldn't even know. You could go from talking to the Will and Thunder show this week to be on theaters like that in no time.
That's definitely it's an awesome idea.
Don't forget us, though.
Oh, no way.
All right, so here's the deal. I just want to hear it on the radio right now because I'm going to record this. When you guys get the deal and you're getting played on the big TV screens at the end of it, after all the credits, you go, thank you to the Will and Thunder show. I'm just kidding. Not really, but go ahead.
Well, we do have a band that ended up on the Billboard charts because of the Will and Thunder show. So
that's right.
And Dead Serious got back together because of the Will and Thunder show. So
that's right.
We have some. We definitely have some street creds.
We've seen it, guys. Trust me. We love you guys. You're awesome, man. Thank you so much for having us. And Christiana, thank you so much. And also for giving me the heads up in Vegas for the Queensryche show. It was amazing.
It's so weird that you mentioned that. I was just about to ask you how your weekend was.
The weekend was great. We saw Las Vegas, what was it, High Voltage, the AC/DC tribute, which was spectacular. It had the Bon Scott era stuff and the Brian Johnson singer. And then we saw Queensryche, which Todd LaTorre was she was brilliant. I mean, that guy's amazing. It was a fun show, so it was a great weekend. And,
I'm so glad you were able to go and that you had a good time, because isn't he just awesome?
Yeah, I didn't realize about the concert until you mentioned it, and then we're like, you know what, that's it. We salvaged a Saturday night. It was beautiful, It was a great concert. He's an amazing singer, all around good guy, and his voice is, I don't want to say it, but it kind of is even better than Jeff Tate at the moment,
Go ahead and say that. We don't mind.
Yeah.
We don't mind.
I didn't say it.
No, you did, but you know what? Thank you, because we all agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I mean, I love Jeff Tate from back in the day, but Jeff Tate nowadays, no.
Operation My Bad.
But
I said it out loud, didn't I?
Oh man, but yeah, definitely thank you, Christiana, and for giving me the heads up with the Will and Thunder here. We appreciate it, and
we thank you so much. We really thank you guys so much for being on the show right there.
Thank you so much for taking the time out from your schedule to do our show, and thanks, Billy. This actually, even though we've been friends for a long time, it's the first time we've ever gotten a chance to speak in person. So it's so cool to finally rap with you guys and catch up on what's going on with your band, and I love the new music. The new record is awesome, and can't wait to hear what you guys have in store for us next. And hopefully you will bring these awesome stage productions to the west side of the United States sometime soon.
Definitely, that is definitely the goal. So yeah, the album is called Faith, Struggle, Victory. You can get it at porphyraband.com. That's PORPHYRABAND.com. All the news are there, the music, we're on CD Baby, iTunes, Amazon, Porphyra channel on YouTube, Facebook. All the good stuff is there. Crowds, we're going to start soon with a crowdfunding campaign to get the tour going and more merchandise. So I know that the show's over for now, but if you put it soon, Sundays.
It'll be on the YouTube thing, so just tell them anywhere they can find yours. And, honestly, do you guys have a website they can just buy it straight from you so you get all the money?
That's it, yeah, it's porphyraband.com, PORP.
There you go.
Band.com. That's it. Just go there. All the info's there. next show is Sunday at New York City at Blackthorn, and that's it. You know, it's just we need support. Just spread the word. We'll have some nice new music videos out for everyone, and we'll be planning more shows and recording new stuff as well. We got some surprises.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
We're gonna go ahead and we'll go ahead and wrap it up, but we'll wrap it up with one more song and just we'll say goodbye then play the song. Which song, Rise Up or Porphyra?
I would say Porphyra, so you can hear now a little bit the ethnic the element. Porphyra will be cool.
And all great bands have songs named after themselves, so we have to do that one.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah,
thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Christiana Sky. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Billy. Have a good night, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And we will see you, everybody, next week on the Will and Thunder Show with Helia Saga. Now, they are from New York. I'm kidding. They're from Minnesota.
Well played, son. Well played, sir. Well played.
The universe is in harmony.
That's right. Hey, you know what, guys? Thanks for listening to the Will and Thunder Show, man. It was a great band, great bunch of guys right here. We're going to play you a song before we say goodbye. Will, thank you for being part of this.
welcome back to the Will and Thunder Show. We were gonna just go ahead and end it on that, but I just had to comment on that song. That was freaking cool.
Sweet.
I like that a lot. That was kind of had a I don't know, like a cashmere type feel to it.
Yeah, it's a Greek version of that, definitely. Taking you on a trip, right?
Huh?
Taking you on a trip, right? That's what we wanted. Like,
yeah, that was definitely definitely a cool song. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. And I'm outside and I can hear thunder coming. Not like thunder as in the person, but the actual weather phenomenon. He's disappeared again, by the way.
Is it what?
Shocker.
Thunder's gone. He's disappeared from the show again.
Yeah, I think he thought we were just going to end the show on the song, so I actually have to go too, so...
Well, the way he was ranting and raving about the songs, you would think that he would have stayed on to hear the last one.
Yeah, but you said before we started playing that was going to be it, that you were just going to close the show. So you probably didn't think we were going to have any more commentary.
We'll send you the zip file. We'll send you guys a zip file, and just shoot me an email, and I'll forward it to you.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
For you guys,
awesome.
And I wanted to also thank my wonderful fiance Despina Zayotis. She's like the backbone of the band, and for all the stuff we do as well. So I wanted to give a shout out to Despina. I know she'll be listening when she sees it on YouTube. But thank you again, guys, and PorphyraBand.com. That's it, man. Thank you so much. Glad you liked all the music.
All right, thanks again, and you guys have a good evening. It's great having you on, and we'll see everybody back next week on the Will and Thunder Show.
Spread the word. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening to the Will and Thunder Show. The band.
Oops, go ahead.
I'd say thank you so much.
Thank you. You have a good one. Thank you for listening to the Will and Thunder Show. The band that's going to take us out is Beyond the Fade from Charlotte, North Carolina. You can find them at Beyond the Fade at Twitter and also at Facebook, Beyond the Fade. The song's called Lights Out, and they're going to take us out. Thank you for listening to the Will and Thunder Show. We'll be back next week, same time, 10 p.m. Eastern till midnight, with another awesome guest for you. Later.